just happened to be here. He called me like, yo, come to the house. Went and saw him. My
Say
first
word.
time working for yeah, he was dope. And it was my first time like looking a visionary leader in the face. I think I tend to be perceived as kind of a visionary leader,
Mm-hmm.
but I had never had a visionary leader.
Mm,
Man, just listening to him talk, listening to him dream, I was like, okay, this
right,
sounds like
right.
it's a thing. And
You
so at
know,
that point in time, I was pretty excited about the opportunity.
a lot of
Now keep
people.
going, bro. That was it.
Oh, I was just saying, a lot of people, want to run away from challenges. And I know I've seen Revolt, transition so many different times, with employees
Mm.
and all that good, all those things happening, but you ran into the challenge, brother. And I know talk is a
That's who I am, though.
yeah, yeah. So, what made you feel like you could, you know,
Yeah,
make
now that's
things?
what I do. That's what I do. So like I always tell people in my interview process, the interview has got to be a good fit. What is a bad
Mm,
fit for me is if you want me to come in and maintain. So
mm-hmm,
I'm definitely that person that's like, if you want me to come in after Steve Jobs and just like keep it afloat, that's not my idea. I'm a
mm,
builder, I'm a fixer, I'm a change agent. And I'm always gonna my gifts are best suited for those spaces. And so I get excited about challenges, right? Like
mm,
that's when I get to like use my brain and do work. So I'm gonna run into that space. But what was here that's different is the revolt has all the ingredients, right? So
mm,
whereas people might have seen the challenges in the funk, I see hip hop, which is driving global culture. PD, who's one of the biggest, dopest global icons of our generation, a brand that's focused on Gen Z and Gen Y, which is every advertiser's dream. Like
mm.
we had everything we needed. So I saw the opportunity, recognized that there were challenges, and those are always going to be fun places for me to play.
Mhm. So what do you envision, Revolt being, and what do what's your game plan in terms of
Yeah,
really meeting those challenges and
yeah,
whatnot?
yeah. I'm incredibly proud of the team, man. I came June 1st. It's now almost April 1st. And that short period, the team has done a heck of a turnaround,
Mhm.
right? With the onset of COVID, the George Floyd being murdered, we re-anchor ourselves in social justice, which gives the brand purpose and mission and meaning, which we didn't have before. And now the world can see that and respects that and is responding to that. So
Mm,
we repositioned the company, and the team did an incredible job doing that. After we repositioned the company, it was just about showing up in the social justice space and nailing the Revolt Summit last year, which they did an amazing job doing. This year, we're coming in with just big dreams. So the easy number one dream is we want to be the number one, the largest Black owned media company in the world. We believe that there should be a Black owned Disney or a Black
mm,
owned Viacom. Right. When you look at Black owned media companies, you can't find one that makes more than $1 billion a year.
mm,
So what does that mean? It means that, like all things, Black media companies are operating in scarcity and lack, right?
mm.
And while the rest of everybody has the money and they have the money to exploit the culture, right? And they can do so in a way that doesn't take care of our people, etc. So we believe there needs to be a Black-owned media company at scale that is the size of a Disney, with the pocketbooks of Disney, to green light the work within the culture that we believe the culture in our community wants and needs. So
Mhm.
that's kind of like the big high level vision. Within it, we've got a bunch of pillars that matter to us. For example, we talk about making creators owners and building a platform for creators. Gone are the days where creators go to spaces, go to media companies, do deals. Those shows make millions upon millions for them, and the creators don't see any of it. Right?
Mhm.
All of our creators, we're doing some sort of equity share, profit sharing,
Okay.
something in the IP that's like, look, if you win, if we win, we all win, right?
Mm.
So just trying to change the business model so that we get it right for our community while we are trying to scale and build this thing that simply has just never existed.
Right, 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 right. So in terms of creators and content, what type of content, specifically you guys want to focus on?
Yep.
And you said
So
Generation X and Z, is that your
Z, Y, and
target?
Z. I might have said
Y
X and
and
Z, but it
Z?
should have been
Y
Y and
and
Z.
Z.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
god damn, you're not messing with X, bro.
Now y'all gonna come. Yeah, X is
Oh,
gonna be there,
bro.
right? Yeah, nah. We
Content.
definitely have X, but we
Okay.
designed for Y and Z,
Okay.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Right. So in terms of the
Us.
content, what type of the content is Revolt like, really putting out there and whatnot, and the
Yep.
type of creators that you guys are aligning yourself with?
Yep, I'll give you three ways to think about it. We're super interested in breaking new ground, being disruptive, playing in spaces that Black media companies have not been allowed to play in the past. So that's one lens to look through it. When we talk about our content pillars, we talk about four content pillars. Hip hop gives you permission to play in any space because hip hop touches the cultural fabric of everything.
Hmm.
So we break it down into lifestyle, music, social justice, and cultural authority. Cultural authority are things like the Breakfast Club, Noriega, anybody who's speaking on the weight of hip hop, past, present, and future.
Hmm.
And then the last way in which we're really thinking about it is we're shifting the model. So whereas the development model for television is we find great shows, we develop great shows, and then we go find talent to be in these shows.
Hmm.
We're doing much more of like a bad boy music approach. We
Mm.
finding dope talent with engaged audiences. We putting them in the studio, and then we're collaborating and making something together. So if
Okay.
you look at our latest show that we just launched with Justin LeBoy, we signed Justin first. We didn't sign him first. We started working on the collaboration first